This here is one of these flight reviews, or the flight controller reviews for this here Mamba F405 Stack. I'm going to get you in nice and close there. You can get a good gander at her. But this is the one with that 20 amp ESC stuffed underneath it. And got it stuffed into this 6-inch floss frame. We're running these red bottom motors out here. I'll show you here in just a sec. But I got to tell you, these little solder point doohickeys you got to solder to, they are tiny. I gotta tell you, you need to have yourself a steady hand, a good soldering iron, and a whole heap of determination to get things soldered up to these bad boys right here, let me tell you. But I got this one all soldered up here, and on these red bottom motors, we pushed kind of hard, and she ain't even getting close to the max on this 20 amp ESC. See, we got these old red bottoms, these old 2205, 2300 kV. And this sucker here is so dadburn light, it's amazing that it stays in the air just about all bloody day on a 1000 milliamp floor cell. But with a 1000 milliamp floor cell, we dang near get 7 minutes of flight time out of this dude. It is so light. We got one of these here Caddx Turtles, and unfortunately, you see in the flight video, I got this thing brand new, put in this thing, and she was not a happy camper when we first got her out of there, because that dadburn lens was showing up. It was showing like double vision on the other side. I thought I'd bend myself through a whole gallon of moonshine or something before I took her up to fly, because I could not see straight through that dude. But she flies pretty good. Other than that, you just kind of close one eye, look out the left side, and you're a happy camper. You can fly just about anywhere you want to go. But we can go get that fixed. I put the lens out of my Runcam Split 2S in there, and she is just purty as a pig's ear, let me tell you. But this thing flies pretty good. I'm going to show you in the flight video here in just a sec. But that F405, that is one neat little dude, and she will stay in the air until the cows come home. But let me go ahead and I'll get you some flight video over here, and you can see what I'm talking about. So what we did is we figured we'd go ahead and we'd throw her up in the air, see if she stuck. And those three-bladed DALPROP, those T6040s, those Cyclones, they keep it in the air pretty good. You don't have to spin those suckers too hard to keep it stuck in the air like a mole. But I went ahead and I cranked it out here, and I figured, we just checked with the RSSI. It just looked so good. I figured, well, shoot, I'm going to go ahead and send it. I'm going to overfly this ranch over here. Now, I did kind of turn around there in just a sec, but I was at about 1,600 feet, so about a third of a mile out here, and my spotter was like, I ain't got it no more. And I'm like, well, it's because your face is stuck in a jug of moonshine, so maybe you ought to turn around and watch what you're doing. So he, of course, we got into a little bit of a ruckus about that, but so I went ahead and I turned around because I figured, we don't want the FAA talking to us and all that good stuff. So we turned around and came back, but she was flying nice and purty. And these little hoopy doos right there, I mean, she's stuck pretty good. These are all the default PIDs on Betaflight 406, and she flied pretty good. And, we whoopie-dooed pretty good and hupsy-daisied and everything else. And this little split ass right there, I tell you what, she's just happy and beautiful. So we figured we could just go ahead and run this battery out and then, come in and check these motors. And if these old red bottoms burn up, I mean, shoot, these things I've flown, they've got more miles on them than the space shuttle, I'd say. But so we just went ahead and just kept it on going, and noticing that the camera, other than the fact that she was blind as a bat on just half of her vision, we got some pretty good video out of it. So we figured we'd do a little orbit of a field goal, because who doesn't like to see that from all sides? But we went ahead and brought her in and checked motors and heat and everything else, and man, she flew nice and good, and I'm really happy about it. That F405 and that 20 amp Mamba stack, she's pretty good. She'll keep just about anything in the air, and if you got some old tech or some old motors and things that aren't so amp hungry, this thing's gonna be perfect for it. So good luck and have fun. Keep her in there.